Hi, welcome and thank you for being here. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night. We're gonna do a timeless collective reading. So whenever it finds you, it's the right time. Just see what resonates, leave what doesn't, and remember that divine inner guidance is in you. Try to make balanced decisions between logic and intuition so that your decisions are sound, based in love, and for the highest, greatest good of everyone. So we're all uplifted in love. Let's begin. I feel like we should start with the tarot and see the overall situation first, and then maybe clarify with some oracle cards. Actually, this one's twinkling, so let's get one oracle card and then dive into the tarot. This is the Sacred Rebels. So what is the overall foundation? Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, Christ Consciousness, our higher selves, angels and energies of love have for the highest and greatest good of all. Foundational, overall energy, insight, and wisdom for the collective, please and thank you. Focus on the light, not the dark. The light at the end of a dark situation, the light at the end of the tunnel. I love that it's a sunflower, because the sunflowers always turn their beautiful faces to the light, to the sun, to opportunity, to possibility, to solutions, resolutions. What did you learn? How did you grow? Look at any situation you may have gone through and see the light in that situation. What did you gain because of it? It's also focusing on what's an opportunity around you at the moment, coming in. How did you heal? How did you grow? It's one of those weird, like, you know, when you see like the landscape mode on the picture, except it's almost around like the fisheye lens. Maybe you do something with cameras. I don't know why I'm looking at the braid in her hair. Maybe you do something with braids. It makes me think of like anything that was like a knot, like you're untying a knot or something like that. Or maybe it's tying up loose ends, or maybe it's letting your hair down, being more flexible, more comfortable. This feels really beautiful. It's number 37. Focus on the light. So let's focus on the light on this entire reading and see what would be helpful to know. So interestingly, I brought, it's funny that that card came out, because you know what the tarot deck I brought is the Tarot de Nuit. It's the night one. So I feel like that's actually appropriate. So let's do that. Let's see what would be helpful to know on the overall situation going on right now. Maybe we can focus on the light on something that was in the dark for you, or unclear, or what you didn't see. So let's do that. Let's see what is going on under the surface of a situation, or where you feel like you're not quite clear or confused. What would be helpful for the collective to know on what was in the dark, what is coming to light soon? Please and thank you. What's coming to light soon is you're ready to take a leap of faith, and or someone else is. This is beautiful. You have the Fool. So this is somebody who is ready for a new journey. Definitely having that wide-eyed, childlike sense of wonder. Why not? What if? You know, what could be? Why not? Dive in, give something a try. You never know unless you dive in. When the Fool is upside down, it could be being a fool, you know, having a new situation, learning a lesson, and then doing the same thing over instead of actually learning that lesson. But this is where you learn, you grow, you expand, you go into new situations, new territory, new friends, new projects you're working on, a new environment, feeling like your energy is new. It's like you're being reborn with the Fool. Maybe you do something with paint, or this is about you being really involved, painting this beautiful new canvas of your life, how you want it to look, how you want it to grow. It looks like she's painting the universe with flowers. It's really pretty. She's also kind of glancing back. So I feel like with this, it almost even looks like the same girl. It's almost like glancing back at that last cycle that you had, whether it was a good run or it was a weird one. It's still looking back at that cycle with that energy of gratitude, thankfulness, seeing how far you've come and getting ready for how much more you could be, how much more there is that you have to experience. Beautiful. That's beautiful. I love the Fool. It's stepping through that portal. It's the zero. It's where you are in that energy of complete divine protection on your journey. I also feel like the Fool is an unlearning. It's where everything you thought you knew, like you break down those walls and you expand to what you didn't know, you didn't know, you didn't know, you didn't even know you didn't know it until you get to experience it. Let's see. What is I want to know what she's kind of looking back in gratitude at. So what is this Fool looking back at right now in gratitude? So this Fool's energy could be you. It could also be someone else. Finally ready to let go, feel free, expand, try something brand new, release an old way of doing something. It's a complete release of an old cycle for sure. So what is this Fool looking back at? Ooh, the Knight of Wands. This is a sassy knight looking back at something that was really passionate, or looking at something that was an experience. I saw something about a painter. I always feel like the Knight of Wands is really inspiring. Also, very creative. The Knight of Wands is definitely the one that loves to dive in with passion into new experiences. It's the person that gets you to go on that ride at the amusement park that you would never go on. It's the one that gets you to go to that place in the world you never thought you'd get on a plane out of nowhere and go to. It's somebody who's very ballsy. It's somebody who's very passionate, very fiery, extrovert or introvert. It is somebody who really shines. They shine in their soul. They sparkle a little different. They still have that energy of enthusiasm. They get a lot of attention. They're usually very attractive. But even if it's not the typical beauty or the typical handsome person, it's somebody that's so attractive in their spirit, in their sparkle, how they communicate, their energy. I see this person for some reason as somebody very sexy and funny. I know that's an interesting combination. Maybe this Fool, I'm also getting that, and she is in the light here. It's like the sunshine is shining down just for her, like a spotlight. It's like she doesn't even have, a normal spotlight like a stage. It's like the universe is shining a spotlight on her or him, because the Knight can be either. The Knight is an experience. The Knight is somebody who wants to feel that experience. So maybe this Fool is looking back. If there was a delay, or a little extra period of darkness in between this transition, this Fool could be looking back at the moments in his or her life where they really felt inspired to think outside the box and to try something out of their usual day-to-day routine. Like where they had a lot of confidence, where they did go head first into something, believing that they could, because this is somebody who really believes that they can accomplish something. If the Fool is looking back at a Knight of Wands that is upside down, This could be as a different message. I also looked at the clock exactly at 10. Somebody who's looking back at a past cycle where maybe they were wishy-washy, or they were in and out of a circumstance or situation or relationship and never really put their full attention into it. Now somebody's going in with their full attention, wanting to start something by scratch the right way. It could also be where somebody is looking back and having gratitude for somebody in their life that came in. They had some passionate moments, but also maybe very confusing, because this could be somebody that's a player a little bit, you know, they make you feel a lot of passion and then they're gone, in and out, up and down, and very confusing energy, because it's somebody that makes you believe that they're going to be all in, you know, everything is going to change in the world, that this passion is a fire that's going to last forever, and then they put out their own fire or your fire, and they're just kind of gone. So it could be somebody stepping in a new cycle, leaving energies like that behind, or not wanting to handle something that could have been very confusing and like wobbling in their life, not making them feel very stable. But that sometimes is a divine little friction or a push that is needed to get somebody in a different direction. And also recognize boundaries, red flags, if that's a red flag, if that ever appears in their new cycle. Because this is somebody that's learned from that whole last cycle, and they're not going to repeat an old weird pattern. So maybe it's somebody looking at the blessing of even a weird situation or relationship that did not work out with somebody that was in and out and took advantage of their love they wanted to give, because they're not going to let somebody come in and maybe overgive to the wrong person again. Maybe somebody's going to, because this is somebody that wants to do it fast. So maybe this is somebody that's learned not to rush into a particular partnership, but to take something, you know, step by step, to make sure there's a full foundation on that beautiful spiritual flame, and that something does stay lit. Or even if something goes out and is in the dark, that this person relights that fire, because things can go away. It doesn't have to be passion. It's there all of the time. There can be weird days, weird periods, you know, people get busy, or they're stressed out, or they're just not in the mood, or, you know, it's not about the passion right now. They got things to do. But this is usually somebody that would still know how to relight that flame. So it could also be a Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo kind of energy. But with this beautiful sun here, I mean, let me show you all of these. They all kind of look the same. I mean, this person's shining in the spotlight here, but it's like the warmth of the sun, which creates growth, change, expansion. This person's reaching up in the light and almost creating this beautiful tapestry or palette of like spiritual flower paint in the universe. And this one is also touching that energy of light. So let's ask about the night. Let's ask about, let's ask about the Knight of Wands. Let's ask about that night specifically, and then let's see what's in the future for this Fool. I feel like I should reverse these though. So tell us a little more information about this particular Knight of Wands. Usually it's a personality or an experience or movement. If this is just movement and this person is looking back, they might be looking back at how something happened in their life that created this energy inside of their soul that they just knew with confidence that they didn't even have to question why they had to move into this new cycle. What had to be done and experienced to do so. And it's like getting the horsepower to make it happen. Because I feel like this Fool is choosing this new cycle. Not that it just happened to him or her. I feel like this was somebody who made the choice to have a brand new start. So tell us a little more about the Knight of Wands, please. What is another message? The Eight of Wands. Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Something happened and it just came really fast out of nowhere in this person's energy field. It could have been where everything happened at once, and this person had to gain the confidence, you know, and the like basic, I keep getting like the balls, the confidence and the balls to really handle a lot at once, to make some moves, make some change. This is also communication. So this could have been passionate, expansive, creative communication that happened all at once to inspire this brand new start. The Eight of Wands is pretty fast. It's also where if this is upside down, somebody gets stuck in the headlights. You know, we're in that spotlight. They're like, oh, there's like 300 people in the audience. Or everybody texts me back at once. I'm not going to respond to anybody. It's like somebody who gets stuck. Instead of maybe handling you, maybe you don't have to talk to everybody at once. Maybe it's text by text by text, email by email, situation by situation, bird by bird. So you're not overwhelmed. It could be somebody that does have to handle a lot at once. I would say in that case, you got the Knight of Wands. This person can probably handle it. This person usually has the right personality to get through to a lot of different people. So this might have been a transition that I'm getting that almost was really, really slow, and then all of a sudden, right at the end, sped up, got fast, needed to, I hear, be resolved. Maybe somebody had to resolve something, or have a lot of communication to get to this brand new start. It's like lightning. You know, it's really fast. So let's go to the Fool. Let's see what a little peek ahead at this new chapter is going to be, or what the Fool needs to bring along as wisdom. The Sun. Oh, beautiful. You're reaching for the sun. You're reaching for the opportunities. This new chapter is going to make whoever this is feel like themselves. Feel alive, feel free. Even in the tarot of the night, we got the sun. It's awesome. So it's Major Arcana number 19. You have these two major arcanas together, and this is just a personality and an energy. So maybe somebody has to move fast with confidence here, or that's what they learned. Or maybe if they felt like the world was spinning too fast, they handle all that quick energy better if they light that fire slowly. Keep something, maybe a slow burn instead of a big rush. The sun is that opportunity you can't miss. You can't miss the sun. Even if there was a dark night. Maybe somebody went through a lot of soul searching. You know, something that they were tapping into darker or deeper or hidden facets of who they were to create a lot of growth. Sometimes things are bottled under the surface or hidden there for a long time. But once they're seen, once they're brought to the light, once somebody has that facet or that thing that needed to be healed in focus, has self-awareness of it, that's where changes happen. That's where you can release those old things that don't need to come along. Any kind of baggage doesn't need to come. You're just taking the wisdom. You're taking the light. Focus on the light. I'm kind of getting like focus on the things that make you happy. What make you happy? What make you feel like you're a kid? Who do you love to be around that inspires you? That brings you joy and laughter, hope and healing, believes in you, supports you. It's being around those kind of sunny energies. That's that card. So maybe we'll use this. That's the card in there that says hang out with happy. You know, but this is finding your own inner happiness, choosing to be around the people that make you happy, where you feel like yourself. The sun has no need for like a mask, because it's ultimate clarity. It's truth. The sun is really beautiful. Even if it's upside down, I just feel like it's a slight delay. It's a cloudy day. You're still going to get another opportunity. kind of want to see what's at the bottom. You have the Nine of Swords at the bottom. So this is maybe the past. Maybe I just said something about being in the dark or facing darker facets of something that was hidden. So if you're focused on the light and you're in the energy here of despair and worry and feeling overwhelmed at night, stressed out, anxiety, all of that kind of stuff, that weird kind of emotion, maybe that is what you're working through or somebody else has worked through. It's getting overwhelmed and overanalyzing in scenario land, in worrying about something that you can't control, replaying something that was a mistake that you maybe feel like you can't fix, but if you know something was a mistake, you can always change it if that ever occurs now or in the future. You can always change your ways. The Nine of Swords is usually where somebody has something going on in their life that is stressing them out to the point where it's now creating some blocks in their physical body, their emotional bodies, maybe all of the bodies. I kind of see it upside down as replaying beautiful things they desire to have, like all these wishes for this brand new life, and then they never make moves towards it. Or replaying a beautiful moment in their life that they think about, but then they don't try to, I don't know, like, I'm not saying like recreate that moment, but recreate that energy they felt in that specific moment. But usually the Nine of Swords is where somebody was stressed out at night, they're not sleeping. It could be having some nightmares, waking up, interrupted sleep. Sometimes people go about their day and everything's going fine. You know, they go through their daily duties, they handle all of these energies that come at them, they have confidence, and if there's still something they were not addressing, their subconscious sort of sneaks up at night and comes through, so they try to work something out. They address it, because once they address it, there can be changes that have to be made. Generally, the Nine of Swords means there is an ending coming, and it usually means that once something is faced, addressed, maybe the truth comes out, changes are made, a transition starts to happen, somebody gains their confidence and even handles a lot, maybe really fast. I feel like somebody was taking a long time to handle something that could have been like ripping the band-aid off. I know that was a weird thing to come through, but I feel like there was something that was kind of an ending, because it's an ending. You have to have an ending before the Fool. And they're making something slow and just drag on forever instead of just handling something with this confidence. Like diving right in is going to make something so much easier, and then everything else that happens in the new cycle will unfold naturally. The Sun is also this divine guidance you have that you will be given along the way. So instead of worrying about what would happen in the future if you did this, this, or this, or what would happen if you never tried that, or that, or what would happen if you could only have this, or that dream came true, or what if it was a success, or what if it was a failure? It's like somebody that's so overwhelmed with all those what ifs that they're never getting to see maybe it could, or maybe it won't. But either way, they're going to learn a valuable lesson, rather than it just replaying in fantasy land in their head, because that's not actually the experience. But the interesting thing is, when you tell yourself something, you know, your brain doesn't really know the difference between, you know, it being reality or you telling yourself it is. You can trick your brain. You can't really trick your heart. So maybe this is somebody who needs to get out of their head and into their heart. I just heard that's all they need to do to start. And just see like one step. I don't even know what this woman is in. It's like a, I don't know, it's like one of those big, like beautiful, ornate boxes. Almost like an old pocket watch or something like that. I'll show you. And she's like sleeping in it. So maybe it does have to do with time. And she's just all curled up in a ball. And she looks alone. But everyone here looks like they're enjoying who they are, enjoying their time alone. So there's something that somebody had to go through, and maybe that was where the light was out. Sometimes people just need a good cry. Maybe this is somebody that held in crying too, or held in something emotional. They were thinking about it, but they didn't let their body feel it. I do feel like there might be a release that someone is having, and that's gonna be really healing. You know, it sucks to have like that, you know, pain and that crying, and it's almost like somebody's screaming in their pillow here. But I feel like somebody wants to do that where no one else is watching, like in a place where they feel like it's just them, or them communing with just God. Maybe somebody had to have some communion with God. Let's get a message from the universe. What is a message from the universe that would be helpful? Please and thank you. And always remember, when you do the tarot, minor arcana are smaller situations every day that happen that you have more control over, free will over, handle over, you know, decisions you can make. Court cards are generally personalities, facets of your personality or someone else, attributes to know about, or how somebody would, maybe because of their personality, generally handle a situation. But the major arcana are the big ones, and you got the Sun and the Fool. So the huge energies here are beautiful. It is, you know, God handing you beautiful opportunities that are blessings that will make you feel happy and good. These brand new beginnings that I just heard you are meant to enjoy. Maybe somebody wasn't enjoying that past cycle, or involved in something that wasn't really bringing them happiness, or even feeling light, because they see now that maybe something felt heavy instead of light. I'm thinking of weight. Sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. Maybe that's what somebody was. They're holding on to maybe who they were in the past. You know, the ego that was telling them they had to be this, but maybe somebody is desiring more, or know they can be more. Holding on to something in the past maybe wasn't working. Holding on to a past cycle and not looking forward to that new beginning. It's like somebody has this brand new beginning and they want to keep one foot in that past cycle that is supposed to be over. And they're wasting a lot of energy there, because this is that worry energy. That's where you're worried about something you can't control. It's better to pray, let go, let God, go through what you need to emotionally. Don't bottle it up, release it, heal from it, and, you know, try to use that as a blessing to move through that energy, to gain something out of it, to gain growth, to gain clarity. Sometimes you have to have a big cry to know what it is you're feeling and get it all out there. You know, sometimes people keep stuff bottled up for a long time and never address it. And that just sort of creates more and more blocks inside, I'm gonna say inside your soul, but inside your energetic field all over. And that eventually blocks blessings. It blocks possibilities. It shuts you off from a lot that could happen. Because it's like you're going around and your aura has a big old like arms crossed on it. Like, nope. And it's not a protection thing. You know, that's different. Protection is a beautiful vibration where it's like you're protected. Things are going to come. If they're weird energies, they're just going to bounce off that shit and go back. But you still have that openness where I feel like when it's the protection energy, your energy still goes out there like the sunshine. So if you're a healer and your energy is meant to heal someone, you know, it's going to go through and put that beautiful vibration of love and healing out there for those that are supposed to receive it and will heal. I don't know why I see that energy, but I feel like if it's like block, it's more like with the arms crossed, I'm seeing more like mud on the aura. So it's more like holes. So it's like the blessings are there, the opportunities are there, the experiences are there, but it's kind of muddying up your view. So sometimes holding on does more damage than letting go. So I did see somebody ripping off the Band-Aid. So leave behind all that has been weighing you down for so long and reach for, that's the first message, reach for the opportunities that are just waiting for you. I promise you, you will not regret it. I feel like this, looking back, this beautiful night is the confidence to step up to bat. It's the confidence to let your beautiful light shine. It's the confidence to know that nobody can come in and dim your light, nor should they. Because you're beaming and yet connecting like the sunshine here. The confidence to look like you're dancing amongst all that energy that might even feel like chaos. I feel like you're taking something like a champ. But, you know, maybe this isn't your energy either. Maybe this is somebody who's holding on to something from the past because they just don't know how to change. Change seems so much scarier than holding on to something they know it's not right, especially if that's in their energy every night. And if somebody is constantly in this energy of stress and worry, you know, being pushed and pulled all different ways, maybe, you know, never really feeling like they're happy, that's just going to create more and more stressful situations, more and more blocks in their life. And I'm mostly getting you're blocking your own blessings. So leave behind everything weighing you down. Let it go. Reach for the opportunities. They're waiting for you. Look ahead. Have gratitude for the past, but don't get stuck there and don't get stuck in that transition. Just dive in step by step. Maybe you're not all in. Maybe you're stick your toe in the water kind of person, but at least get the toe in there, because it's going to start to feel better and better the more you take steps. You're not going to regret it. What you will regret is in that energy where you wish you would have, and then getting to the end and never trying. Not you did it and you failed. At least you tried. How much did you gain about yourself from trying? You know, even if you try something and you find that is definitely not the right, let's just say it's a job. You know, you try something, let's just say for a year. You're like, oh, I'd be really good at that. And you tried it for a year. You had experience over that job for a year. And now you know the thing you thought you would, you know, maybe be good at. And you're like, ooh, yeah, no, that's okay for someone else, but not me. And now I know that about myself. And now you're not left the rest of your life thinking you might be good at something or thinking that could be a good job and then never giving it a try. At least now you know that it wasn't. And you can move along, delete one thing, maybe take some skills that you gained along the way and utilize that for your new chapter. There's always something you gained from that experience. You gain nothing if you have no experience. You know, and if that's love, you're thinking about somebody you could have a relationship, and that is something that is, let's say it's absolutely reciprocal, felt both ways, you know, because there's free will here. Somebody else wants that too, wants a new start with you, feels like sunshine around you, wants to give it a go, wants to dive in, and then you never get it off the ground or ever try. You're never going to know what it could be if you don't give something a try. You know, maybe that lasts a year. Maybe it lasts for the rest of your life. You don't know, but to sit there wondering what it could be and, oh, I had so much fun with that person, I wish I would have tried. And then you didn't. That would just be something you'd regret. Not having all those beautiful experiences or difficult experiences with that person that either way you learn more about yourself with. This message. This reading, guys. All right, so I said something about this, so let's end with the mystery deck. What would be helpful to end with? Please and thank you. What are some last final messages from the mystery deck to help the collective? Oh, you have the universe telling you to just let go. The opportunities are waiting for you. The sun and the fool, focus on the light, and it looks like you're also getting divine guidance. You have God sending angels down just for you to help you with that release, to help someone else release, to help you in transition, to be with you along this new journey, to get you on this path of happiness and destiny, joy. I just heard humanity. Maybe you do something that's actually really healing for humanity, or inspiring with that night for humanity. That's big. I mean, you have angels that are stepping in. They're starting to, they're like, now you're supposed to be ending the cycle already. So now we're going to step in, help you have some extra clarity, handle all this movement, get something moving a little fast, get the ball rolling, put these opportunities in front of your face more and more until you decide you're going to take one because it's meant for you. And we're going to get you there. We're going to help you along the way. You're not going to be left alone here. When you were here and you were crying, or whoever this is was crying, your prayers were heard. Your cries were heard. But you have to get up and also help yourself. You also have to open your arms to receive, help and guidance when it comes. I feel like you prayed for something and it's being answered. And it might not be answered how you wanted, because divine guidance doesn't work like that. It comes in for your highest and greatest good and beautiful. It's not always what our ego selfishly desires, but it's usually surprisingly better. So just trust that. Let's get another message. Just be you. It's beautiful. You are perfect exactly as you are. That's the sun. That's you being you. This is you. Stepping into this brand new journey exactly as you are, because nobody is like you. Nobody's had the path or, the experiences you've had. Nobody's felt the emotions you've had. Nobody's seen through your eyes. Nobody's walked in your footsteps. Nobody has seen the perception of everything you've gone through like your soul has. You are special. I do feel like some of you are going to be healing humanity on a very wide scale. I hear very big numbers. But just be yourself. Don't try to be anybody else. You can be inspired by others. But I feel like here, it's more that you are even giving others, maybe your close, people in close proximity in your life, or maybe you don't even know who you're affecting or inspiring. But you being you, maybe going into this brand new cycle, this new transition, every step along the way, accepting opportunities, saying yes, also gives other people permission to just be who they are, to mess up, to be real, to be raw, to be authentic, to not have to be anybody else or wear a mask. That's so beautiful. I just keep hearing raw. Raw and real and amazeballs. Let's get one more. In the end, all of this is up to you. It comes back to free will. You can have all this guidance, this opportunities, this chance for a brand new beginning, chance to release, anything worrying from the past, step into a new cycle, you to feel exactly like yourself. But we're down here with free will. We're down here to learn. Some learn faster than others. Different people are in different parts of their evolutionary, spiritual, growth. But in the end, the choice is yours. What direction you go. What direction you don't. And, I feel like you have this divine path here with angelic help. How fast you get there is going to be up to you. I feel like with this Fool, you're being gifted the shortcut to this beautiful new portal of possibilities. So don't get lost with having one foot, you know, I just heard the circus, or maybe, you know, the drama, or the doubt, the lack mentality, whatever it was. You know, take your foot out of that old cycle and step in something new. But again, that's up to you. Everything always comes back to you. Even anything you ever see in any reading, it's just messages. What you do with it is always up to you. And these messages, whenever you get them, should always bring that power to you, so you connect to source directly. Talk to God, talk to the universe, whatever you believe in. But, you know, there doesn't have to be anybody in between you and this divine connection. It comes directly down to you. So trust what you feel, trust what you know. Trust your gifts, trust the intuition, you know, and then ground it in reality and start to take steps in that direction, even if it feels unclear, because the path will clear, the sun will come out. You will start to I'm just feel more confident at something that maybe was confusing. So I'm going to leave you guys with this. I hope that this reading was helpful. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you have a beautiful day, a beautiful night. I love you so much. Thank you for being part of my soul family and for joining me here every day. And I very much look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I love you so much. And I'll see you soon.